structure of KICC. It's a penis of a donkey.
Ah.
Yes.
Today we are very honored to have the one and the only Apostle Dora Waruinge. He's a man of God that we respect in the country, and personally, because I know him also as a friend for many years, he's a man of God that has really transformed and many lives in the country, and he has helped so many people in the country, and I can witness to that because he has been doing a lot of good things and showing us the way when it comes to the ministry also, at large, and even the gospel. And I can tell you that he will be telling us more about the things that we have been talking about on this channel, and God will bless you. And without further ado, help me welcome the one and the only Apostle Dora Waruinge.
Thank you, welcome. One and only.
The one and the only. Hakuna mwingine.
Oh wow, that's great. I thank God also. It is not an easy thing to find yourself in these kind of situations. If you could have told me about 7 years ago that I would be a preacher, I would just call you bluff. I never thought, I never imagined me myself being a preacher. Yes, I was ordained many years back, but I refused because I thought you can be ordained and serve God from another quarter. Not necessarily preaching, not necessarily be at the pulpit. You can be serving God in other different, you can be assisting ministers, you can be supporting the work of God, and that is part of the service. So I never thought that I was being ordained to become a prophet at the pulpit. For me, I thought it's by supporting ministry, doing those backdoor, backroom things. Unfortunately or fortunately, I found myself in the pulpit. I argued with God for another years. After realizing I'm supposed to be in the pulpit, yes, I got to the pulpit, but I started arguing with God. Pushing God, telling God, this is not my portion. I'm not supposed to be in the pulpit. Please, God, let me go. Let me support your man. That God will always tell me, you are my man. The man you want to support yourself now. So it was difficult. I remember you came one day at the city stadium. It was a small thing, small house. Which for me, I thought it is good to hide there and make sure that God is watching over me, He's seeing I'm doing His work. No, I was acting Kenyan. No, Kenyans, we Kenyans, you always want to lie. We Kenyans were always con men. Now I just transferred my Kenyan style to God, to con God, to tell God, you see, I'm preaching. So I hired a small room. Because I didn't want more than 20 people. I just wanted that the 20 people that will be keeping time as we go by. After some time, God came and pushed me and told me, now the time for city stadium is over. I'm going to show you another place where I'm taking you. Then I told God, no, I'm comfortable here. When I told God I'm comfortable, I remember that 2 months we were unable to raise rent. For that city stadium. It was a small place. We were paying only 30K, but 2 months we were unable. So as we started eating into the deposit, the landlord came in and we were given an auctioneer letter that they went to auction us. Immediately now, it has worked. If the auctioneers can come in, I'll be auctioned. Now I'll go back to God and tell God, you see now, they have auctioned me, now let me go home. They came, the auctioneers came into the room, sent by Mrs. Kenodia, and once they're in the room, I don't know where men came from. Just men I didn't know. They came and asked the auctioneers, yani muna auction, kanisa ya Mungu, hamuna adabu. And those people were given a thorough beating. And they were chased away. Imagine auctioneers plus police officers. They were all chased away. And somebody from nowhere was a passerby. Akauliza why the commotion. Akakuja akaambiwa, ati ni kanisa ya Waruinge inakuwa auction. Akasema no, this man of God, I know him. We cannot let him go down. With this the work of the devil, they want to destroy him. He paid
the entire amount.
The entire amount.
Wow.
So you see now the plan I had
of going
now take to God to explain to him now the house has been auctioned. Now I can't be going.
You can't go home.
Because I wanted to convince God. I'll be doing it from home. Now from home I'll put a gate. Nobody will come.
True.
So that this is the Kenyan contest of conmanship. That was in me. The house was paid, and immediately God sent another person and came asking me, would you want to have a bigger place? And I said yes. We came to this place. We found it was about 1,000 square meters. And I was like, we can take. Then I went to one guy who has a YouTube page and told Kenyans, I want to shift from there. I want to shift to another place, but I need you to support me. That very day, people who called me, they were over 1,000.
Wow.
They told me, I'm going to support your work. Give me your account number. I'm the one who's going to pay for the rent. I'm going to pay for the chairs. I'm going to buy microphones. I'm going to buy cameras. I'm going to buy this. Within 1 week, I had 3.5 million.
Wow.
So that is how God works.
God works. Indeed.
I was a week before, 3 weeks before we were being auctioned.
Yes.
And later 3 weeks, I was renting a higher expensive house than the previous one. And people, God has just commanded people, not from Kenya, from the diaspora, all over.
All over.
There is some guy called Ndongo. He's in Australia. He sent me 300,000.
Wow.
There is a lady called Mercy in America, sent me 400,000.
Wow.
There is a lady in Saudi Arabia. You guys, you say those guys don't have money. She sent me about 200K.
Wow.
There is a guy from Japan. I've never known him until today. He went and he called somebody who sells chairs. He paid. He called me. He told me, go to a certain shop, go pick the chairs.
Wow.
So that is how God did. The renovations and everything you see here were done by people I don't know.
Wow.
So that is how God, when God activates you and sees what to use you, because it is about being used by God. And we are set aside. The book of Jeremiah 1 verse 4, before you were born, I knew you. I set you apart. I sanctified you and ordained you to become a prophet unto the nation. Then you go to verse 6, Jeremiah says, I don't know how to say because I am a youth. Then God comes and tells Jeremiah, stop, never again say you are a youth. Wherever I will be sending you, will be going. And he touched his mouth. He put his word. God put his word in the mouth of Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a young boy. God touched the mouth of Jeremiah and told Jeremiah, I have put my words in your mouth. So it is no longer you.
It is no longer you.
I just want to use your body.
Yeah, true.
What I need from you is the body, not anything. I don't need your sound. I don't need your experience. I have put my words
in you. So
I will be speaking to people through you. So that is the responsibility. I want to use you as a vessel. Now when you are called, you become a vessel. And you no longer become yourself. Yourself becomes irrelevant. You become more of God than anybody else. No, these pipes, the pipes that the Kenya pipeline used to power fuel from Mombasa to Nairobi port, to Eldoret port, to Kampala port. It is a pipe. And these pipes are manufactured in Belgium. These pipes, when they want to procure for the pipes, it is the government that procures. Because maybe City Hall, they want pipes for sewage. Kenya Water, they want pipe for water. Then Kenya Pipeline, they want water for transporting fuel. These pipes, these all bodies are government bodies. So that when they're doing procurement, they will procure as a government.
Yes.
And they'll go to Belgium and they procure pipes from the same company, pipes for city, pipes for Kenya Pipeline, pipes for Kenya Water. So the pipes will be transported by the same vessel to Mombasa, then to Nairobi. The same vehicle will bring the transporting vehicle will bring it to Nairobi. Then once they reach Nairobi, industry area, then Kenya Pipeline will come and pick theirs. Kenya Water will come and pick theirs. And the city council will come and pick theirs. But all of them are labeled the same company,
Yes.
same specifications, same everything.
Yes.
Now, this is where it matters. City council, they will take the same pipe as Kenya Water, but the city council, they will use this pipe for sewage.
Ah.
The Kenya Water will take it and use it, the same pipe,
The same pipe.
for water.
For what?
And the Kenya Pipeline will do the same pipe for fuel. So when you become a vessel, the owner decides
Yes.
what you are going to be used for. So it is not about you. It's God who decides now. This I'm going to use this. I'm going to use you for this. As I remember, we used to meet at Mount Kenya, and I used to tell you that there is a time when God decides now it is your time.
Yes.
Nobody can change it.
Nobody.
You don't require a brother, you don't require a father, you don't require your pastor, you don't require a friend. When God decides he's picking on you, he picks on you, he drives you, he takes you where you want, he can transfer you to South Africa and he gives you favor.
Yes.
You will find many people have been in South Africa for many years, but they're not attracting any favor. But you go today, everybody says there is a new preacher, powerful preacher, man of God, and every person will come. This does not only happen to the preachers, the correct preachers, the godly preachers. It also happens to the people in the devil. Because the activation of power, it is similar. Because the devil operates from the knowledge of heaven.
Yes.
And as God operates from the knowledge of heaven, the also devil operates from the knowledge from heaven.
Yes.
So these things are spiritual. Anything spiritual, it got supernatural power. A power that you cannot be able to understand. That you see that when somebody was poor just the other day, because he gets powers from the witches, all of a sudden he becomes rich. The same as you come to church.
Yes.
Like now, my church is very fast growing. And so many pastors are so uncomfortable with me. So many pastors. They are so uncomfortable with me. They even coming to just, they come to the church, they look at it, then they walk out. And they are not comfortable with this talk, how they are talking about me. Out there is not really good. Anyway, tell me what brought you here.
Okay. I came here because, you know, we wanted to hear, maybe you can share with us about the things that have been going on in the country. There are episodes that I've done on my YouTube channel.
Yes. Like the other one of the guy who used to do the worshiping.
Yes.
Who sacrificed so many
who sacrificed.
I think I had said.
You had said?
Yes, in another channel, I had prophesied about it. Around September last year, I had prophesied about it. I had prophesied about Shakahora. I had prophesied about false pastors and prophets. I had prophesied about the leadership of the country, what is happening now. All those things I said. I had prophesied about the coming of the king. Then the queen was still alive. But I said it's the king that is coming.
Yeah. So we have seen even you have prophesied about the government.
Yes.
I've seen, you know, I follow you.
Yeah.
So
everything I've said is happening.
Yes, it is happening.
Yeah.
And that is why I have come, so that maybe you can enlighten us.
Yeah.
Because there are people who have, you know, visited this program, and they have told us, I have a guy known as Bakur, he's a Muslim, and he said that he saw the first vision he saw, you know, these musicians like Angela Chibalonza crying in a church. He saw the late President Magufuli, you know,
he's dead.
No, he was dead, but he was seeing him holding Tanzania flag, and the flag ilikuwa imeraruka. Haikuwa inakaa vizuri. And then later on, the last episode that I posted, akasema ameona, and remember he's a Muslim, akaona hapa KCC, akaona Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, akaona Mama Rachel, Her Excellency, akaona Musalia Mudavadi, akaona Ida Odinga, wana view, there is a body iko hapo wana view, but haoni ni nani ako hapo. And now this guy amekuwa akisema, amekuwa akiona hizo visions hata kwa huko Mombasa, Likoni, anaona vitu huko kwenye wanaishi na zinafanyika. And the people that we were there with, they can testify that those things are happening. Alikuwa anaona hata hiyo estate yao watu wamekufa mili nini. After a few months, kuna watoto na watu nini waliuliwa huko. So the dreams ama visions zenye anaona zinatimia. So there are these visions zenye amekuwa akiona. So, and he's a Muslim. Na anasema in the Muslim nini, how they don't believe in hizo vitu. First of all, to start with, can he be helped?
Who?
Now that guy that is saying those
He doesn't have a problem.
He doesn't have a problem.
He's speaking the mouth of God. Yeah, it is you who has the problem. The beneficiary of the information, the consumer of the information, you see what he has finished his work. Once you say it, Jeremiah was just given a mouth to speak.
To speak.
So once you speak it,
it is.
That is it. Whether they follow or they don't follow. Not. Now it's upon you now to interpret. This man sees Rachel.
Yes.
Ruto.
Yes.
Sees Aida.
Yes.
Sees Uhuru.
Yes.
Sees who again?
Musalia Mudavadi.
Musalia Mudavadi.
Yes.
Who again?
They were just those four.
And they were viewing a body.
Yes.
He didn't see Rachel's husband. He didn't see Aida's husband. That is an indication. This is a national platform. They were at KICC. Who can be brought at KICC to be viewed when he dies? Must be a national leader.
True.
Must not a minister.
Not a minister.
It is from the cadre of the speaker going up.
Oh, not everybody can be brought.
A minister cannot be brought at KICC. A minister will be taken to All Saint Cathedral, Holy Family Basilica.
Okay.
But a national leader who can become a president in case somebody dies or is a former leader. You get me?
Yes.
A former leader in terms of former in the leadership of the nation, like the prime minister, deputy president, former president, speaker of the National Assembly and Senate, and even the Attorney General. Those are the people who can take over the nation in case someone, because in the hierarchy, we have the president, the deputy president. In case one of them, the president is incapacitated or falls sick or is unable to do his services, the deputy takes over. In case both of them are not present, are not there, the speaker takes over. If in case the speaker and the deputy and the president are not there, the attorney general takes over. That is the hierarchy of the nation. That is how power can be changed. Those are the people who now, if Ruto is out of the country, Kashago is out of the country, Speaker of the National Assembly is the president. You get me?
Yes.
So what will be that will have brought, so it could be a former leader, a former president, or a former deputy president, or a former prime minister, because we don't have a current prime minister.
Yes.
Or the sitting, either of them sitting will be in such a situation. You understand? So it is a national person with a national cluster. That is how to interpret. And number two, where, which building? Why am I saying it is the leader? The interpretation tells you. You also look at the environment. At where were they? It is KICC. KICC is a symbol of the nation.
Yes.
Being a symbol of the nation, the only people that are carrying the symbol of the nation, it is those people I've mentioned.
True.
So, meaning KICC can only, the body of a prominent person of that caliber can only be taken to KICC. Not that if it was a church, then even a minister could be.
Yeah.
Even a deputy minister could be.
Yes.
Or even a prominent businessman could be. But now we are talking of a nationality, the nation or the flag of Kenya being lowered. Because by this means the flag will be lowered to half.
Yes.
That is why they have taken KICC, because KICC is a center of power. Yes.
Wow.
And now you look at who was there, former President Uhuru Kenyatta. You see?
Yes.
And Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi is de facto, the deputy president.
Yes.
As we are talking now, he has more clout than Gachagua.
Gachagua, true.
Again, Aida is the wife of a former prime minister, and Rachel is the wife of a president. They have come because death brings people together. Both enemies, rivals, they all come together. Then we don't have boundaries. So it is the death, not only a person, but the death can be the death of the economy, because KICC represents the economy of the nation. KICC is the greatest altar in this country that controls this nation. It is a demonic altar, KICC. KICC was created, the architectural structure of KICC. It's a penis of a donkey. Yes. The architectural structure. It is a penis of a donkey. That tells you it's a spirit of immorality.
Yeah.
I know you've never thought that.
I never.
Look at, put in your imagination, look at it.
Yeah.
And look at those.
True.
Look at those two round houses.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the balls.
Yeah. When you think about it.
Yes. And then, right in the middle of KICC, there is old man Kenyatta.
Yes.
The statue of Kenyatta and the KCC. Remember when they were doing the constitution, they say that all Kenyan currencies will never bear a portrait of a president, but portraits of animals, portraits of buildings. But now look at your note. Do you have a note there?
No.
I think I have. Let me show you. After deliberations that no man will be put in this, they decided to put KICC.
Oh yeah.
And they decided to put the statue of Mzee Kenyatta.
Is it in even
note.
1,000?
Even 1,000. Every note. This is a very secretive way of doing things. This is the altar that controls the nation economically. The Kenyatta family, they through this, they control, through this old man, they control the entire nation economically. They are the owners of now every business in this country. They run the milk industry, transport industry, road networks, just real estates, farming, name it. The railway line goes to their land, dies there. Everything. The other railway to Nanyuki goes to their piece of land. They're the largest owner of land because they were able to raise an altar that speaks for them economically. They are the one controlling. And how did they do it? This museum is placed at the middle of the center of power. He is facing Parliament.
Yes.
This other side, his left side, City Hall. This other side, Sharia. Backward, the court. So he's managing the country from there. Then his grave in front of him. So this is an altar that until Kenya brings it down, Kenya will never be free economically. We are run by this family. We are controlled by this family. Anything they do, even now you see the tabulations in Ruto's government, it is this family. It is this family that made Kibaki the president. It is not Kibaki who decided. Through Ngengi Muigai and Kongo Muigai, they're the one. Kibaki had been sacked by the president. He was Minister for Health. He had been sacked by the president, and he went to Mombasa because he didn't want politics. He was less concerned with politics. The Kenyatta family went and approached him. They're the one who formed DP, Democrat Party, and gave it to him. And he didn't have money. They gave him money to come and defeat Matiba. Because Matiba was a radical. Matiba is like Ruto. He was a radical. He was not their formation. So they brought in, they're the same people who brought in Moi. They're the same people who brought in Kibaki. They're the same people who brought in the next president is Uhuru Kenyatta. They're the next people. Now this one, they were trying to force it to bring in Raila, and the things didn't work for them. You see, what they are doing now, they are financing outfits. They are financing people to go and cause chaos, to disorganize the government. Because they control the economy. They run the economy. They have everything. The sugar industries, theirs, and petroleum industries, theirs. Banking, they have all banks. They have literally taken over all banks. The insurance companies, they have literally taken them all. And they also, the names of prominent institutions, they are named after them. A name got a power. You see, Uhuru Highway, Uhuru Garden, Uhuru Park, Kenyatta Avenue, Kenyatta KICC, Kenyatta International Conference Center, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. The name got the power. Like now, Africa. I don't know whether I'm deviating from the topic.
No, it is. We are still
like now the name Africa. We are not supposed to be called Africa. We are not. That was not our name. African emanates from the name of a man called Africanus.
Yeah, Africanus.
Africanus was an Italian man who fought the battle and won it in Africa. So he named us after his name. He conquered us. So we are all slaves because we are using a name of a man who conquered. Like Napoleon Bonaparte, those kind of the Roman Empire. The name African is a connotation of Africanus, the man who won the battle in Italian. So we are not independent at all, but we are called African. Because when you go African, it is him who is referred, not we. And that is why we are controlled. But good thing, you can see this huge liberation that is coming in West Africa.
Yes.
There is a lot of coups happening in West Africa. In East Africa, we will have one. In the southern part of Africa, we will have two. And the central part of Africa towards Western Africa, we also have several. Some revolutions, like the one that happened in Burkina Faso, those places where France has been controlled. More are coming. What is happening in Israel is another form of a liberation. It's a form of a battle. And the coming of the king of the UK is another battle because they are losing. The Commonwealth is controlled by the king. And the Commonwealth are those countries that were governed by the British.
Yes.
This strong power they had is coming to an end. One, the altar of the Freemasons was them that brought it in 1901 by Sir Evelyn Bag. Is the one that brought the altar of the Freemason. They're the one who built State House, the current State House, that was governor's office. And when they did it, as they were laying the foundation, they buried they buried money, they buried many things concerning Kenya beneath the State House. They set up an altar that now we run the nation forever. We control the nation. It says when Ruto was in Karen, he was a vibrant politician. But when he came to Nairobi, the vibration stopped.
Yes.
Because he's sitting on an altar that he was against. You see, he will never be able to deliver anything. He will be totally confused, and they will subject him to a lot of things. This house is moving from all over one country to another country, trying to look for how to make the economy. The economy is not working. The economy will not work because who are the controllers of the economy? They're the same people who are trading it. They're the ones who control tea, coffee. They're controlling everything in the nation. So not unless he destroys the altar of the state house, he will not be able. If you read the book of Deuteronomy 7, from verse 1, the Bible says, when the Lord your God takes you to the land that he's going to give you, when the Lord your God takes you into the land that he himself is going to give you, so it's not about your struggle, it is him to give it to you. When he will drive out 7 nations mightier and stronger than you. Meaning, it is not you who are going to drive them out. It is his work. Names got power. You can see how this family has very control. They have the control of the capital city. You go to, we have Kenyatta Avenue, and KICC, Kenyatta International Conference Center. We have Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. We have Uhuru Highway, Uhuru Garden, Uhuru Park. That is a ploy or a plan to be able to control the economy. Then they put the portrait of their lead altar on the notes of the country, meaning there is nothing you can do. You as an individual, you as a new president, there is nowhere you can go without their control.